What's up, BananaCam fam? It is Arthur K here for another deep dive tutorial on BananaCam. So strap in because this is going to be a longer video and we're going to try to go through as many of the features as possible, pretending like we're a new user signing up and setting up an event, how to use the prompts and do all that fun stuff. So let's dive right in. So we're here on BananaCam's website, BananaCam.ai. And if you want to create an account, you can do that extremely easily and it's free. There's no credit card required to do that. And when you sign up, you will get 10 free credits on us just to try and play around with the app. So let's dive in. So first thing you want to do is you want to head over to the menu and there's where is it? Login sign up page here, and you're going to click on that. It's right behind me. And you're going to sign up for free. And there's two ways you can do that. You can do it with the Google authentication, which is quite frankly the easiest way to do it. You do the Google Auth, you choose your account you want to use, and then you're in. If you do the email option, then you're going to have to confirm your email. We'll send you an email as soon as you sign up. And you should definitely check your spam because you've never received an email from us before. So it may end up in your spam. So just make sure you check that and then click the confirm button and you will be in. Okay, simple as that. So let's log in. Oops, I created an account instead of signing up. I want to log in. So I'm going to do that here. There we go. Okay, so this is your dashboard. I definitely recommend for your first time, take the tour. It's going to take you through the app and show you around and show you all the features. So that'll be a good way to start. And of course, watch this video. So here we have a variety of different options, and I'm going to walk you through every single one of them. So first option here is My Photos. Now this is your personal photo booth to experiment with. I like to use this as a way to show people when I'm out and about or I'm at networking events. I just, have it in my pocket. I can just pull it out. I can change the prompts and I can help sell the AI services that way, which is really an amazing way to do it because when people try it, they can really experience it and understand what it's like because not everyone has taken an AI photo before. Then you have the My Photos section, which is where all your photos from this booth, your personal booth, are going to end up in here. And then you also have your Manage Events section where you're going to create and manage all your events. You have an aspect ratio and overlay section. So this controls the aspect ratio of your output from your main booth. Okay, so you set your aspect ratios. You can add overlays. You can add custom overlays just like you would on a normal photo booth or non-AI photo booth, I should say. You set your aspect ratios and then that will determine what output you get here, whether it's 16:9 or 9:16 or a square, and whether you have an overlay or not. And this is really just for testing and experimenting. Here is your billing section, which is where you're going to actually go to create an account. Okay, so you can either buy credits, no subscription required. There's multiple options: 100 credits, 200 credits, 500 credits. Or you can purchase a monthly subscription down here below. And it tells you all the different options for each plan. So that's the billing section. And then you have your settings section. So this settings section is the settings for your main photo booth. Again, this is not for your events. This is just for you for testing and playing around. So I'm going to walk you through the settings page now. Now, perhaps you want to test out some prompts, but you don't want to take an image. You don't want to take a picture of yourself. No worries. You can do that. You can upload an image here and you can test out your prompts that way. So speaking of prompts, let's talk about how the prompt system works. Now, one of the things I really like about BananaCam is that it gives you a lot of control over the output. We don't just offer preset filters or preset prompts, you have the power to really customize and dial in your outputs. So what we have is a global prompt, and the global prompt, and this works the same in events, in the events system. The global prompt is when someone scans the QR code or takes a photo with your photo booth and they don't choose a prompt, that's going to be the main prompt that gets applied to their output. So if they walk up to your photo booth and they tap the tap screen and they take a photo, it's going to apply your global. That's your main prompt, the main prompt you want everyone to use. But you can also have other alternate prompts or prompt suggestions that you can also add, so they can choose from, they can either just take a photo using the global prompt, or they can edit the global prompt, or they can choose another prompt from your suggestions. So when creating a prompt, we have a lot of information on the website about, best practices, and there'll be other videos on prompting. But just so you know, it's best to start with something small. Don't go crazy. I've seen people trying to do like 2,000 character prompts. That's probably too much. I like to start with something small, simple. And if you use the enhance with AI feature, it really does a good job of keeping your likeness for the most part. Sometimes you need to tweak it a little bit. It adds camera details like lenses and composition details, action details, lighting and things like that. So it's a great option to play with. Now let's try it out. So I'm gonna go with subject as a Pixar character. Okay, that's all I'm going to put. I could definitely make that better. And I'll just say main while maintaining subject's exact likeness. And the other thing that the prompt enhancer will do is it'll edit the prompt so it works better for individuals or multiple subjects. All right, so I'm going to try the enhance AI feature. Okay, so now it's changed that to subjects, transform into vibrant Pixar characters while maintaining subject's exact face and likeness with exaggerated features and expressive eyes surrounded by whimsical props and colorful set pieces, posing playfully in a fantastical world filled with soft, fluffy clouds and sparkling rainbow lights, bright and airy portrait shot with a shallow depth of field, warm and inviting atmosphere, capturing their joyful, carefree spirit. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and save that. And now I'm going to test it. So I'll upload an image here. Let's see, I'm going to find an image. Sorry, I got a lot of AI images here, obviously. Here's one of me, I guess. Let's try this. Okay. And let's just go ahead and make sure, yeah, that's the right prompt. So I'm going to just test prompt. Now, every time you test the prompt, it does cost a credit, and every AI generation is one credit. So one credit equals one AI generation. Keep that in mind. But it's really important that don't be stingy with the credits, because prompting is one of those things that requires practice, requires iteration and editing and fine tuning the prompt until you're happy with it. I'll often spend 5, 10, 15 credits just to test out a prompt, to dial it in really the way I want. So there we go. That's our result. And I think that looks pretty cool. Now, another great feature that we have is called the Playground. And the Playground is a place where all our BananaCam members can submit their best prompts, so we can share them amongst ourselves and reuse each other's prompts and get inspiration. So here it says, nice prompt, share with the BananaCam community or download it or test another. I'm gonna share that one because I like that. I'll show you the Playground in a minute. So that's how we test our prompts. I can also test my other prompts as well, and I can enhance them here. So that's cool. Now, underneath the prompt editor, there's a reference image which you can add to your output. So if you add a logo, you can add a style guide, you can add a particular outfit, an image of an outfit, and apply that to your generation. So I'm going to add into the prompt here the reference image. So how you do that is literally you just say add, you have to just reference the reference image. So you say add the second image as a logo in the corner, add it on, everybody's outfits. So I'm just going to say add the logo from the second reference image as a logo on subject's shirt. Okay, so if I just click this, that should bring the, yep, there we go. So I'm going to test this now with the reference image, and we'll see how that works. Now, one tip, if you're, let's say you purchase a credit pack, or perhaps you subscribe, so you can see the logo right there on the shirt, although it did give me a beard. So I would probably refine that a little bit, but you can see the reference image there. So what I was going to say is really the best way to market your AI business, AI photo business, is to actually let people try it and create a custom event just for their company. Maybe it's a client you already have and you've done in-person events for them, and you can reach out to them and say, hey, check out this new service we have. You can add their logo, you can add their branding, and really kind of paint a story through the picture. Then that's a really great way. And most people aren't abusive about it. They're not going to take 100 pictures. They'll take 1 or 2 pictures and say, this is really cool. Let's book it for next year. So keep that in mind. Okay, so that is the prompt editor, the reference images, the gallery settings. There's 4 different galleries. I'm going to walk you through those as well. And for the galleries, you can choose whether you want to allow people to download them from the gallery or share to social media. If you want to show the metadata, like the actual prompt, you can do that, or you can allow them to download or delete, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and save this prompt, and now we'll head over to our personal photo booth. Okay, this is a little bit different than your event photo booth because this is your own personal one. I'm going to give you the iPad view here. So it's like your actual photo booth. And yes, you can add custom welcome screens, videos, all that. This is just the basics right now I'm going to show you. So you just click there and, oh, who's that handsome guy? Okay, I've got my Pixar prompt already dialed in there, or I can change the prompt to the other ones. Let's say I want to do the Santa Claus one. There we go. Santa Claus with white trim, beard, and hat. And then I'm just going to go ahead and enhance that. Okay, I'm going to save it. And now let's give it a try. And I should turn into a jolly Santa Claus character. This is the first year my kids are aware that Santa's not real. So they will get a kick out of this. So there you go. There's my my Santa, and you can see there's a border here, and I added that border, and I chose the aspect ratio by going here, aspect ratios and borders. So this is where you can choose your aspect ratio. Again, this is just for your photo booth. This is not for events. Let's say I want to do a trading card style. I'm gonna do a ornate Baroque frame. And you can actually, I'll just save that right now. I'll head back to my booth. And now I should get a Santa Claus with a 2x3 output with an ornate Baroque frame. Let's try it. So, depending on the prompt, it can take anywhere from 10 to 30 seconds. So there you go. So you can see this is a 2x3 output and with the frame, and I can share it here, or I can delete. If I just go to new, all your photos that you take in this photo booth here, your main photo booth, end up in the playground. Okay, so now this is the playground I told you about earlier, where all the community members can share their prompts and we can borrow and iterate on each other's prompts. There's literally over 20,000 prompts in here. So you can look through these and see if you like something. Maybe okay, here's one with LeBron and on the cover of Vogue. So I want to test this prompt out. So I'm just going to use it in my photo booth, take a picture, and you can also add a countdown timer to your photo booth. So no worries there. You can add a 3-second, 2-second countdown. We'll get to that once we get into the events section. And then we'll see how this generates. So there you go. So that is quite funny. So that's me and LeBron on the cover of Vogue with the border. Okay. So I'm going to delete that so it doesn't go to the playground. And now let's take a look at we can take a look at the My Photos. Okay, so this is just like a scrolling gallery here. It is animated and you can update the settings. Let's say maybe we want to change that gallery to more of a sharing station style gallery. These are all the different galleries. I'm going to try the grid gallery for you. So this is what you might want to use for your sharing station. So the grid gallery looks like this. Okay, so these are different sizes because I've used different aspect ratios, but for your event, you'll probably just use the same aspect ratio for all photos, so it'll look a little cleaner. So you can do that. And now let's head over to the events. I'll show you more of the galleries here as well. Okay, so let's create an event. So these are all my events here. You can toggle them on and off so they're accessible for your clients. So I'm going to create a new event, and I'm going to call this BananaRama. Okay. Now, whatever name you give that event is going to be the URL for your photo booth and gallery. Okay. So use something unique. If you put just test there, it's probably going to fail because that name is already used. So use something unique that's not likely going to be used by somebody else. And then you can create your custom prompt. Or you can just leave it blank and it'll be the global prompt from the settings. So I'm going to leave that for now. I'm going to leave the grid layout. Okay, and then here you have your countdown timer settings. So you can add, 3-5 second delay countdown. You can add your reference image here. You can change, this is where you change the branding of your photo booth. So you can totally white label your events. You can add your own logos. You can add your own colors. So that's very nice. And this will give you a sample of sort of what it looks like. Maybe I want to go with like a blue color. Text, I don't want it to be black. It'll be white. Primary accent color. Let's go, I don't know, something that'll look nice with the blue. Secondary accent color. We'll maybe do something that's, sure, why not? Just to show you. And then I'm going to create my event. Oh, enter an event name. I forgot to do that. So whatever event name you add is what's going to be on your URL there. And let's save it. Okay, so I got BananaRama. So now I can see here my event details. So at the very top, you have the ability to assign a certain number of credits to an event. So let's say you want to limit the event to only use up to 200 credits. You can do that by just assigning 200 credits, or you can just leave it unlimited. Okay, so they can use as many, they don't need to worry about a cap. Okay, then you have your photo booth quick links to your photo booth and your gallery. And you can also just copy and paste that URL to share with your clients if it's a virtual event, for example, or you want to send them the gallery after the fact. You can just copy and paste that URL. And also, you should know that the photo booth and the gallery are embeddable, right? So you can embed the photo booth onto a website. If you want to embed it onto your own website to let people try the AI service, you could, let's say, set up an event just to let people try out your service, your AI services, and maybe you assign like 50 credits to it so you know it's not going to be abused, or 20 credits, however you want to do it. And that's a really great way to market. Again, I said it earlier, but the best way to sell AI photos is to let people try them. And for pennies a generation, it's really a cheap way to market. So now we're going to go into the settings. So you have your name. You can change that later if you want to. You're not locked into it. And now we can add a welcome screen. So I'm going to enable that. So you can either add an image or you can add a video welcome screen. Totally up to you. I'm going to upload a video file. So now I've got my welcome screen. Again, you can customize that. You can remove this if you want and add your text in the video. That's fine. And so here is your actual photo booth with your welcome screen. I'll load that up here for you. So this is your custom branding. We can show that to you in a sort of iPad format. You can see the phone format. So when people scan a QR code on their phones, that's what they'll see. Or it can be the iPad version. Okay. So that is the welcome screen. Come through, you'll see you'll have your own personal branding here, and also when you take a photo, your logo will be in there as well. Might as well wait and see what we get. There we go. That's my default global prompt. Yeah. So now what I didn't show you was if I have, let me go back to my events here. If I have the share and lead capture turned on, and I do that, I'll just go hi. Obviously, you're going to want to be a little bit more detailed than that. Okay, and so I'm going to do the force lead capture, which is going to only allow people to share their photos by text and email. Okay, I've saved it. Now I'm going to head back here just to show you. Open up the photo booth again. Take my photo. Then I'm going to show you how you can share it via text and email and collect users' information, which is very valuable to your clients and to you to understand the analytics and to get their information to market to them. Okay, so now when I share, it's going to ask me if I want to email or text. I'm going to go with, which one should I go with? I'll go with email. And all you do is just enter your email, enter your name, and you send the photo, and it will appear in a nice branded. If you have your logo added to the thing, it'll have your logo and everything, and it'll look really good. Okay, so that's how the photo booth works. Let's take a look at this gallery here. I'll pull it over here. Okay, so this was for an event. So this is the animated mosaic gallery. So it's really nice. It's sort of like a grid, and then photos animate out, just like the other one, featuring newer photos. And this is great for like a projection screen or LED wall. You put that up there, it looks unbelievable. And I think also, that's a sort of missed opportunity for photo booth companies who are often in a foyer somewhere, shooting out there. You get a lot of activity, during the cocktail hour. People come in and then they go into, the ballroom where there's lots of production and screens. And this is a missed opportunity where you could be bringing your photo booth content into that part of the event where the output and your photos are going to be shown on the screens. And I think that really brings a lot of value. And I don't think a lot of people are doing that. And probably because there aren't really a lot of nice gallery options for display live at events. So this is a really, really nice option. And it can hold hundreds of photos. So there's about 47 slots in there, but as new photos are being added, it will shuffle around and it'll always show newer photos. So that's a really neat gallery. So we can also try, let's try a different gallery here. I'll show you one of the other ones, gallery settings. I showed you the grid earlier. I showed you the photosphere. So let me show you I think I showed you the scrolling one too, but let's just try that one. So I'm going to save the changes and I'm going to go back to the gallery now. Neon gallery. Okay, I'm going to open that. Bring it over here for you. All right, so this is a scrolling gallery. And again, you can change the timing settings, how fast it scrolls or how slow it scrolls. 10 seconds, 20, 30 seconds, whatever you want. So those are, now you've seen all 4 galleries. So that's great. And that gives you a really pretty deep dive into the BananaCam software. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we missed. Yes, of course. This is brand new, so there's not a lot of activity there, but we also have a community forum here. So if you have questions, feature updates or requests, you can add them into the community forum there. And we have a live chat as well, and I am very much active and available to our customers. So you can count on good customer support. So I think we'll leave it at that for today. That's a lot of information, but really the best thing to do is just dive in, try it out, play around, and create an event and share it with your potential clients or your existing clients, with friends, family, have them try it. You'll be amazed at how people react to it and how fast the word actually spreads. And that, there's really an opportunity to open up a completely new stream of revenue for your photo booth business, because events happen, all year round, sometimes in person, sometimes virtually. You can also leverage marketing activations where you don't even necessarily need to have a physical booth in place. It could be just offering an AI activation through a QR code, or professional photographers can also use it. So there's so many different use cases. So I'm curious to see how all you guys use BananaCam at your events. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in and checking out BananaCam. As always, if you have any questions, you can just DM us on whatever platform you're seeing this on, or drop us a line in the live chat. And thank you so much for tuning in. This is Arthur K, and I am signing out. Peace out.